Welcome back, everyone, to a brand new and exciting episode of D.R.A.D. What does D.R.A.D stand for, you might ask? That stands for Dinos Really Aren't Dead. Yeah, we talk about how dinosaurs never went extinct, and they're just among us all the time. And if you had wizard eyes, you'll be able to see them whenever you want. No, it's D.R.A.D's just the name of the series. There's no actual definition to it. In today's episode, I found an article. I don't know when this was posted. Oh, actually, I do. It was posted today, April 8th. In case you don't know, I'm filming this episode on April 8th. So when I said today, I don't mean the day that this was posted, I mean the day that I'm reading it. And the article is by Polygon.com. And the title of the article says Nintendo confirms you will have to pay to use the Switch 2's C button, which the C button is for the chat, online chat. The dedicated game chat button will require a reoccurring fee. So, for this series, I would like to start reading news articles that I find interesting or things that I find hilarious, like this one, where I could then read some of the article and then kind of talk about it. So this article. I think this is the name of the person who wrote it. Tyler Culp is a games writer and Polygon specializing in criticism and reporting about extraordinary players and communities. All right, Tyler Culp, let's see what you have to say. Nintendo has made its own Discord like chat app for the Switch 2. Okay, now that I did not think about. So it's not so much online chat, it's like a private call with the Switch 2. Okay. And it's going to change. Okay. It's going to charge you for it. Once the free period is over on March 31st, 2026, Game Chat and the C button that activates it will require a Nintendo Switch Online NSO membership. So, what happens if you aren't a subscriber and press the C button? Not much. Vice President of Player and Product Experience Bill Trennan told Polygon in a recent interview. You would be able to find out about the NSO subscription there and get a sense of some of the functionality, he said. Presumably, this is how you'd learn that game chat works a lot like Discord video chat works on PC. You can talk with your friends in handheld or docked mode via a built in microphone and stream your gameplay to each other. There's even a camera you can buy to overlay onto your stream or just to chat face to face. But unless you have an active NSO membership, you'll have a whole button dedicated to nothing on your Switch 2. It doesn't even sound like you can remap it to something else. It will just be a reminder of an annual $19.99 fee you may or may not be handing to Nintendo every year, or $49.99 for the expansion pack. Are you actually kidding me with that? 49 That's not to buy the system. That's just to be able to use the C button. 49.99. Um Pass. Hard pass. In fact, stop making systems, Nintendo. um that seems a little excessive, to be honest. 49.99. That's just for the expansion pack, of course. It's actually 19.99. Okay, 19.99 is the fee. Uh, Trinan says the C button has a price tag because game chat is part of the overall platform experience, and that NSO really is a critical piece of the Nintendo Switch 2 experience. He listed off some of the new Switch 2 exclusive benefits like access to old GameCube games. Well, that's kind of cool. and free upgrades to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. That subscription fee will be on top of a console that's already going to cost you $449.99, or possibly more if US President Trump's tariffs prompt Nintendo to increase it. We won't know if Game Chat will prove to be worth it until the Switch 2 releases in June. Um I I'm kind of like not enjoying that idea. It's not so much of like, oh well, they're trying to make a little more money off of us, they're greedy. I don't like the idea of normalizing that kind of behavior. Imagine if consoles start doing that with more functionality, where it's just like, oh yeah, you have 5 buttons on your controller, but you have to pay $20 a month just to use them. Then don't add them. Don't even add them. Just stop. If if I wanted to be a part of that community, which I don't, I don't see a reason why I want to be a part of the Switch 2 online game chat. I have Discord, which is free. But if I wanted to be part of that community, I'm pretty sure we could just use a microphone, right? And then just pay to enter that. Like, don't add unnecessary buttons that don't do anything. I don't like that. I don't like that they're having you pay extra for features. It's different from trying to play online, where you have to pay a membership online to play online. That's different. And where this is stemming from is because back then games came as is. Like, you bought a game, everything that was a part of that game was a part of that game. And then came the extension packs. Okay, well now there's extra stuff that's being added later. So now you got to pay extra for these extension packs if you want to like experience even more of the story. But then came add-ons. And at first, people thought that was funny. People like add-ons. Like, yeah, you can have this really cool hat with your character. You just got to pay just a little bit more, and we'll give you that hat that other members won't have because you paid a little extra more for that hat. And when that started to become normalized, now it's everywhere. Now it's everywhere. Now they're selling you parts of the game that feel like it should have been a part of the game to begin with, and they're selling it off as chunks, little chunks that like they're purposely keeping from you to get more money from you. And they're like, oh yeah, you want to get in that area of the map? Well, you can't go in that area of the map, not until you pay another $52 to buy the rest of the game to go in that area. And then when you go in that area, there's not a whole lot there. You would think, oh well, I'm paying an arm and a leg for that section of the map, make it worth my while. It's like, oh no, that was just a little add-on. What? That was an add-on. And here we have the C button. It's just 1999 continuous payment so that you can push that one button to access something that no one's probably ever going to use. My fear is that as this becomes normalized, what's to stop them from making more unnecessary buttons that don't do anything, but we want to push it because, that's how humans are. We see a button we want to push, and we're going to push it just to see what it does, just to be like, oh, well, if you want to be in that little group of the community, you're going to pay this small little fee, and then you could do something that no one else does, and that becomes normalized. I don't like how we normalize bad behaviors in these companies, and then like I could just kind of like want to go back to the old days with the Sega Genesis, where there's a game and it's come to completion. It's to completion. You buy the game, and you get to have it. You own it. You have the whole game. You're not buying bits and pieces of that game, and you're not having a controller that you have to pay a monthly fee just to access the different features of that controller. It's horrible. And then people wonder why I don't buy new systems anymore. I'm still rocking it with the PS4 and Xbox One. All right. I don't have new consoles. And the reason why is because they're progressively getting worse and worse. Even with like things like the Switch, there's a few things that I'm not a big fan of, but I tolerate it because it's not that bad of a deal, right? It's like there's certain games where they claim it's free, like the N64. Like, oh yeah, you can download this for free. I'm like, okay, epic. I could play a lot of really cool N64 games on this. Well, you actually have to pay a membership. It's like, don't like that, but okay. It's still free. I'm not paying for the game. I guess I'll pay for an online membership to play it. That's what I'm saying. I don't like it, but it's tolerable. But this, 1999 for the C button? I hate that. Hate that, honestly. I kind of wish they weren't making a sequel to the Switch and just kept with the one that they have now and kind of keep making games for the Switch. I would kind of prefer it. It's like, oh, but the better graphics. You know what? Technically, I would be okay if they kept making Switch games with the current graphics. The graphics on the Switch now don't really bother me. I actually kind of like them. I there's nothing wrong with the graphics. Oh yeah, but it's gonna be 4K. Don't care. I'd rather have the Switch. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this episode of D.R.A.D. Thank you so much for joining in and listening, and I'll catch all of you next time.